So normally on the channel we would be talking about some sort of vehicle, whether it's a plane, jet, tank, ship, whatever it is. The weird, wacky prototype things that the US has ever come up with. And today I would like to do another one. However, I feel that I would be doing a huge disservice to the aerospace industry if I didn't at least talk about this guy. This is Sir Frank Whittle, the father of the jet engine. That's a handsome lad right there. Air Commodore Sir Frank Whittle was born June 1st, 1907 in Coventry, England. At an early age, around the age of 9, Whittle would show an aptitude for engineering, working in his father's tool and die shop making piston rings. According to most accounts, he would spend all of his spare time reading and learning and taking apart engines, figuring out how they work, and trying to make them better. Now past that, not too much is known, but at the age of 15, he did apply to the Royal Air Force, or the RAF, and that was in 1923. According to him and the RAF, he was much too small to be accepted in at only 5 feet, and with a small chest, he was rejected. Now, being the absolute unit that he decided that he was going to take on an extreme workout regimen and change his entire diet. And over the next couple of months, he gained 3 inches in height and added on to his physique. Whittle did try again to apply to the RAF, and for a second time he was denied, and they told him that he would never be accepted. So he did what any other person would do, logically. He applied again, only this time with a fake name, and he got accepted. Now, after being accepted into the RAF, he was sent to the No. 2 School of Technical Training in Cranwell, and through his academic and practical skills, he would earn a spot in the officer training program in Cranwell. Now, after becoming an officer, he would then go on to become a well-accomplished pilot in the RAF, and it's during this time that he would write his thesis on the fundamentals of jet engines, and in 1930, he would submit his patent for his jet engine. Now, around this same time, he would earn a place in Cambridge for a further learning course and would graduate top of his class. Now, I think it's important to note here that during all of this, while he's doing the patent for the first jet engine, going to Cambridge, doing all of these things, that he is still an officer and pilot in the RAF. Without Air Ministry support, he went on to create Power Jets Ltd. Along with 2 other former RAF servicemen, and in 1937 they would have their first working prototype. That's right, they created the first working turbojet engine, while the German Hans von Ohain created the Me-262, the first flying turbojet engine. This was the first jet engine. Now, pretty quickly, a lot of interest would start rolling in for the jet engine and all of the technology and the designs and the patents. But from all of the stress in 1940, Sir Frank Whittle would suffer a mental breakdown. And in 1944, when Power Jets Ltd. Went public, he would suffer yet another mental breakdown. And in 1946, he would resign from the committee. Now, I know we kind of skipped over his service in World War II. However, I could not find anything about his service for World War II. We just know that he was there. He was still in the RAF. Now, in 1948, he would retire from the RAF, and this is where he would receive his knighthood. Immediately after that, he would join the British Overseas Airway Corporation as a technical advisor. Now, I'm not really too sure what he did there either, but after that, he would accept an engineering specialist position with Shell, and after that, he would accept a position with Bristol Aero Engines. Not really too sure what happened there either. It doesn't list a position. I'm assuming engineering specialist. Now, he would do that for a number of years until he emigrated to the United States in 1976, where he would accept a position as the Nav Air Research Professor for the United States Naval Academy from 1977 to 1979. After that, he just kind of goes dark. There's no further information that I could find from 1979. But we do know that he would end up passing away in his home in Maryland on August 8th, 1996, and he would be buried in Cranwell, England. Now, for his time in the RAF and his contributions to the aeronautical industry, Sir Frank Whittle would be awarded the Member of the Order of Merit, the Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire, Companion of the Order of the Bath, Commander of the Legion of Merit, which was given to him by the United States, the Rumford Medal, the Louis E. Levy Medal, Fellow of the Royal Society, the Honorary Fellow of the Royal Aeronautical Society, the Charles Stark Draper Prize, and the Prince Philip Medal. So in conclusion, when we're talking about jets and jet engines in general, we do have to keep in mind and remember the man that started it all. Sir Frank Whittle, the father of the jet engine. I hope that I did him a little bit of service, and if you like the video and you like what I do, leave a comment. Maybe hit the subscribe button and leave a like. Thanks, and have a great day. I'm Storytime.